Welcome to Hollywood Impact. My name is Eric Grubbs. With me, as always, is Christian McCrite. And back again. Had so much fun the first time.
Another one.
Sam Appleby.
Another one.
That's DJ Khaled.
Wow. Yeah, I know that one.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy.
He doesn't know sketch. He doesn't know sketch. We'll roast him in the comments.
I'm 45 years old. I don't know sketch. I'm sorry. In honor of the NBA playoffs that are going on right now, we are doing a basketball movie draft.
Yes.
Now, it's not going to be a typical snake kind of draft. There's three of us.
Yeah.
So we're going to take turns, and we're going to have 4 picks each. And then I'd like to ask the audience, let us know in the comments who drafted the best movies.
Yes. Interesting.
Yes. All right. So now, Sam, since you're our esteemed guest.
Thank you.
We're going to give you the first pick. Then we'll go to Christian, then myself, and we'll just keep rotating. Okay. So, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, not to get too far into strategy, because with drafts, there is a bit of strategy to it.
Okay.
Do I get cute and try to take one that I want later and try to hope that my number one pick is still there, get the quality that I want? When you have the number one pick, you just take who you want.
It's a lot of pressure.
You got the pick of the litter. Take who you want.
Okay.
So, with my number one pick, I'm taking on Disney Plus Double Team.
Oh my
Double
gosh.
Team. Okay.
Okay, I'm kidding.
Okay.
So,
I was like,
okay, so we're not going to be serious here. Okay, I got you.
I'm kidding. On a side tangent, if you have not seen Double Team, don't do yourself a favor. Don't watch it. I do want you, when you're editing, do play this one clip. It's on YouTube. It's the final scene. It's during the last game. She picks the ball up. She has an ankle injury. Her feet go up and down. She's traveling.
Okay, I remember this.
She's traveling all over the place.
It's like 12 seconds that last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's the last 10 seconds, and you're like, this is taking forever. She makes a move, throws it behind the back pass. It's not even on target. Her sister catches it because it's double team. You can guess. She catches it. 2016 Klay Thompson drains it. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Is that a travel that she does? She's like revving her engines.
Yeah, she like
Super
Saiyan revs herself up. Whatever. I don't know.
Love the reference.
It's a travel. Anyway.
So that's not your first pick?
No.
It's not your first
pick. Okay, good.
No.
Because I was about to scrap this whole thing.
No, number one pick is Hoosiers.
Dang, Hoosiers is good.
Timeless, all-time classic. Shout out Gene Hackman, Dennis Hopper, everybody associated with the movie. You can watch it any era, and it's great. You can watch it any time of the movie, rewatchable. Great basketball scenes, great life scenes. Everything about it, this movie is fantastic. Jimmy might be the best fictional basketball player of all time, some would say. So
he might be the GOAT.
But no, my number one pick is Hoosiers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Solid
That's a really
pick,
good pick.
Sam.
Hoosiers
Well
is
done.
a solid movie. So it's my first pick. I'm going to go Coach Carter.
It's a good one.
Coach Carter's a really good movie. It's actually the first basketball movie I've ever watched. And I watched it in high school, I think. It was either in middle school or in high school. I was shown it by either Coach Shelton. If you ever watched this, I think it was you. If not, then it may have been Adam Hill. And if it's you, either one. This is a really good movie. Samuel L. Jackson he's really good in this film because he's not like the classic like Sam L. character. He has some of his mannerisms, but it's a really deep story. And about all these kids that are they're having trouble in school, and it's the heart of the story is just this coach who's trying to discipline and bring all these groups of kids together. It's a very good movie, and one that I think has the most deep characters of any in most of these lists, except for Hoosiers. Hoosiers is good, but that's my pick.
All right, so Hoosiers is off the board. Coach Carter's off the board.
Indeed, I will
Indeed?
make my notes.
Indeed. My number one pick, I'm going Glory Road.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
Dude, it's like Remember the Titans of basketball.
Yeah.
And, and it's got a connection to where we're from. Coach Jerry Armstrong was on that team.
Yeah.
It's Josh Lucas is great in it, playing the coach. But, it's the story of the first, starting 5 all black guys playing for the NCAA tournament and win it. and it's really good. I mean, it's your typical Disney type stuff, but you know, I really like it. Fun, the whole family can watch it.
Yeah.
Glory Road, baby.
That's a good pick.
You and I are teachers.
Yes.
I showed my 7th grade Glory Road around March time, you know, March Madness and whatnot. I told them Jerry Armstrong was from Mansfield. And they're like, you know a celebrity? And I was like, well, I mean,
of course
celebrity, I guess. But, you know, I had the Wheaties box that he signed and everything.
Yeah.
It is, that part of it's very cool.
That's very neat.
Good pick.
That is a good pick.
Round 2.
Round 2.
Sammy,
Round 2.
you're up.
Round 2, pick one. I'm going with a newer movie. So I went from like 70s to more now. I'm going with Hustle.
Damn
Adam
it.
Sandler.
That's a good.
Damn it.
That movie
Adam
is
Sandler.
so freaking good. I mean, the idea of it isn't super hunky dory. Adam Sandler is a scout. He's having trouble. He hasn't like done well lately. He hasn't found that diamond in the rough. He goes, I think it's to Spain, if I'm right. I know the character is from Spain.
He's Spanish, yeah.
Or the actor.
Yeah.
Actor, basketball player. He's Spanish. He finds this guy that nobody knows about. He comes and he scrimmages. It's a classic story. It's got NBA players in it. Anthony Edwards is amazing in it.
Yeah, he's
He's
great.
such a good trash talker. I think that kind of opened people's eyes to Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
If you don't know, look him up.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those Adam Sandler movies that's serious but so good.
He's so like underappreciated, I think. I mean,
absolutely.
don't get me wrong, I like the Adam
Love
Sandler,
Waterboy,
you know,
yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that, but in movies like this and like Uncut Gems, when he
Gems.
kind of steps out of his comfort zone a little bit, he's great.
He's
And
good.
That's a solid pick, and I'm pissed that you got it before I did.
Love Hustle.
Well done.
That's
Love
a really good pick.
What's the
That
name
was-
of the player? I don't know if I can pronounce
His last
it.
name's Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez.
Is he still
Hernan
active in
Gomez?
the league, or
He was. I don't.
he was great.
I think he's Juan. He has a brother, Willie.
Yeah,
Willie kind of wasn't as good.
yeah.
Juan wasn't really that good either, but
Dadgummit Sam, good pick.
great.
He's a
yeah.
dadgummit.
Great movie. Love it.
So now I have to think because Sam's list is really good and Eric has a good pick. So do I go strategic or do I go absolutely wacky fun for you guys? And I think that's what I'm going to do. So the rest of these picks are going to be completely out of pocket. So let's go.
my.
So he's out of the running.
The rules were as long as it has basketball in the movie, right?
Lord.
So I'm going to go with Space Jam.
Oh,
I love Space Jam. What a classic movie. Come on.
Jordan or LeBron?
Yeah, that's the one or two.
I actually like both movies. I don't have a problem with either movie, really.
You have to pick one. You don't get a
yeah, you
double
can't
pick.
get both.
It's not a double pick.
I'll pick the first movie.
Okay.
I'll pick the first Space Jam because
Of the-
it's a
yeah.
classic one. I think more people probably watch that one than the new one. I don't hate the new one at all. I think both movies, the acting is not very good. But both of those movies have a lot of charm to it. A lot of just popcorn fun. Like, you know, you're sitting down with your friends. You want something just funny, just in the background. If someone plays that, I'm all for it. It's fun and it's very wacky. It's Looney Tunes, and Looney Tunes was so nostalgic for me growing up that I can't help but when I think of a basketball movie, Space Jam is one of the first things I think about.
That is a fair point.
So, and when I was a kid and I went to other kids' birthday parties, I mean, I went to a friend of mine's party, and the big thing was we all got to watch Space Jam, and that was one of the coolest parties I ever went to. And so, yeah, I'm picking the Space Jam.
Okay.
Cool intro. It does have a very cool intro. The theme song, or the not theme song, but the song.
I hate that song.
Really?
hate that song.
Everybody get up.
It
is a little
It's like
repetitive.
enough.
It's iconic though. So
It's an icon.
in terms of like quality of movie, no, but but
Nope.
Not the highest quality movie.
but based on name value, absolutely. It's not a bad pick.
You're
All
right.
right, my number 2. What do I want to go with here? And it's kind of anything that's got basketball in it.
Anything that's got
basketball
basketball in
related.
Yeah.
I'm going Air.
It's a good one.
With Matt
not
Damon
seen
and
it.
Ben Affleck.
Have not seen it.
Dude, this movie's good.
I know that I saw a trailer for it in the movie theater, and I was like, it's got Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and I
Yeah.
was like, holy cow, this could be a good movie, but I never found the time to watch it.
I mean, who would think that a movie about just a shoe,
Right.
could be so good, but it was the movie of the shoe
Yeah.
Yeah.
that just started all of it.
Yeah.
You know, the Jordan ones, but it's so good, man. Matt Damon's probably one of my favorites, man. I mean, he's
so
just
good.
going out there and just, you know, he doesn't have really a whole lot of Jordan in it, but it's got Jordan's mother and his conversations that he has with her. I don't know. I just really, really enjoyed this
But
movie.
I mean, it's not a Michael Jordan movie either, though.
No, it's not.
Right. It's not about him.
It's not about Michael Jordan. It's just about the development of the shoe, and it's kind of neat to see the different like shoe brands that were going after him and trying to sign him, and how all that kind of worked. But
Yeah.
it was really good. I really recommend that movie.
Solid pick.
Well,
Yeah.
it was a look into like just like the empire of
Nike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so cool. Now, like I own a couple pairs of Jordans. Haven't worn them in years, but like whenever I got those shoes, I was like, this is like the holy grail of
Yeah.
shoes.
Any Jordan shoe, like even the crappy ones, there's a reason they update the rankings every year, it feels like.
Yeah.
What's were the best Jordans? And there's like 30 of them.
Isn't that crazy? A
It
shoe.
is. A
Yeah.
shoe.
A shoe. Mm-hmm. For men.
It's a good one, man.
All right.
All right, so round 3.
Round
Pick
three.
one.
Round 3.
I'm going to go, still have quite a few of the ones I want on the board, but I'm going to go with He Got Game. Stars
Good pick.
Stars-
Did Denzel Washington?
stars Denzel Washington, has Ray Allen as probably the most iconic basketball character in my mind. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Good impression. How'd you know?
he shoots
Jesus Shuttlesworth. Jesus Shuttlesworth is, I don't know. You see jerseys of Jesus Shuttlesworth, and he's not a real guy. He's a movie character.
Fictional character.
Again, I think it's 1990 is when it came out. Spike Lee, height of Spike Lee's powers. Shout out Ringer. Height of his powers. Again, mid-90s basketball movies. Spike Lee, everything he touched just turned to gold there. The way he shot it, the way it was filmed, the dialogue in it was very relatable. Fun fact, it was supposed to star Kobe Bryant instead of Ray Allen.
Really?
Who did a really great job. I mean, Ray Allen was perfect for this. So,
I think Ray Allen's probably the best basketball player,
Yeah.
actor that I've ever seen.
oh, a great,
He's good.
Yeah.
like a great backup plan, I
Yeah.
guess.
The
I
bar's
mean,
not very high for that one. but-
That's true.
it can be worse. It can be way worse. But no, he did it perfectly. I don't think, you put him in, he's not an actor.
No.
He doesn't have range.
No.
But for
But he's
Jesus
got game.
He does got game. So yeah, my third pick,
Wow.
he got game.
That's
Well
a solid
done.
one.
Well done.
So mine is not quite like a movie-ish, but it is The Last Dance, which I think is the best piece of basketball media to ever come out. I did not take it first pick because I didn't know if people would take it because it's not quite the same
It's not a
category as the
movie.
others. Well, it's just
It's not a movie.
regardless. It is really good, and I didn't think I would like it, but a few of my friends watched it and it was like, dude, like I've been obsessed with watching this. Some of my friends watched it twice, and I was like, you can watch a whole documentary about Michael Jordan twice, and I was like, fine, it's COVID time, got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Let's go and sit down and watch it, and I couldn't take my eyes off the screen.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
Everything that happens beneath the surface of everything that's going on during this time period is so fascinating. And I'm a person who I love drama, and there's a ton of it. And seeing the relationships between all these people, and seeing I love stuff about seeing the actual people as people and not just players. So I like getting a glimpse into that, and it was so different. I don't think anybody was expecting it. I wasn't expecting it until it came out, and all of a sudden, I'm not a person who's huge into basketball like movies and TV shows. Even though I'm doing this, there's a few I like, but I'm not super well versed in it. And I'm happy to say that this is super entertaining, and it's just very different.
Well, it really gives you insight into the type of player Michael Jordan was, and
Yes.
how his intense
Psycho.
competitiveness
Oh my gosh.
Psycho.
was. It's why these debates with the GOAT is.
Right.
There's nobody that's ever been like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Just his intensity towards winning and getting it done is unmatched, and you really get to see that in this documentary. And it's so
Absolutely.
good.
Kind of
Absolutely.
a prick.
Yeah, he
Kind of
could
a
be
prick.
kind of a prick sometimes.
And I took that personally. And that's what, one of the greatest.
He would
memes
get
of all
mad
time.
at stuff that didn't even happen. He would invent like these scenarios
Guy
in
told
his
him
mind.
good game, and he's like,
And he
I'm
made
gonna kill you.
a whole story about it that didn't happen
Yeah.
to motivate him for the next time they played.
My thing is, every time you watch it, you said people watch it multiple times. I'd watch it right now if you started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 through however many there are. I don't know off the top of my head. But I feel like you pick up something every single time.
Every time.
Even if you were in the 90s, like you were a kid. I mean, I was born in 95, so I wasn't really into basketball yet, obviously. But if you were like a teenager, you were all in on Michael Jordan. And I feel like you still learned something.
The man exudes competition. Like, I mean, it just like seethes out of him like an aura, and I think that makes him intimidating.
Oh, for sure.
On one point, there's a lot of people who were scared of him
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. I mean,
Still would be.
he'd whoop you.
If 60-year-old Michael Jordan played me one-on-one, I'd be terrified.
no chance I'm playing that game.
But you
yeah.
mentioned earlier this happened. This was released during COVID,
Yeah.
and it was like an event.
Yeah.
Like every I think Sunday night, they had a new episode drop, and it was like
Everyone was watching.
like okay, we got something to watch and escape from all this nonsense. Because I was over the Tiger King immediately. That was the other thing going on during those times.
Not a Carol Baskin
Ain't
guy.
talking about-
Yeah, so but The Last Dance was something that's just like okay,
Yeah.
I could not think about all this other stuff and enjoy
It
it.
was like a perfect storm.
It really was.
I wonder strategically, and you don't want to do that because COVID was such a, but I wonder if they were kind of like ESPN. It's kind of running out of ESPN classics to show, and they're like, "Hey, we're sitting on this,"
Let's put this out. Hey, maybe one of the strangest picks so far, but we've had the most conversation about this one. Just
That's
keep that
true.
in mind.
That's true. I think it still gets an asterisk because it's not a movie. But anyway, my pick, number 3, round 3 for me, right?
Yes.
Man, you guys have taken some of mine that I really wanted. Okay, I'm going back to early 90s.
Okay.
White Men Can't Jump.
I had that on here.
The original. What?
Sorry, I was laughing because you said you guys took some of the ones I really wanted, and I was like, Space Jam?
Well, maybe not you.
Maybe not all of them.
Maybe
I was
not
like,
your
sweet, I got
picks.
validation.
Anyways,
White Men Can't Jump. Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes, Rosie Perez. Dude, I was like in middle school when this came out. And the funny thing about this is that when my brother and I, anytime we had a birthday, we would get to go to the movies and take a friend. So it was my brother's birthday, and he was good buddies with the Baptist preacher's son
Okay.
there in town. And we went to go watch White Men Can't Jump. And we're middle school age. And there's just scenes and language and stuff in that movie that's not suitable
no.
for Baptist kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I remember like my mom was just mortified afterwards, and I remember my dad when we took the kid home. He approached the pastor and he was like, "Listen, I'm sorry. We took your kid to watch White Men Can't Jump," and it was very
He's like,
inappropriate.
"My bad, G."
And I just wanted to apologize. And in the past, he's such a nice guy. He's like, "Don't worry about it. It's like whatever." But this movie's so good. Woody Harrelson's just this goofy white dude.
I love Woody Harrelson.
He's
so much. He's so
Well,
funny.
he's got such kind of this crazy range too. You
Yeah,
know,
he does.
And
He has natural charisma.
He
Just
really does.
Very natural.
but he's got the long shorts, the hat backwards. He's going out talking, and I don't know. This movie's just a lot of fun for me.
I feel like he would be one of the actors that you could just like hang out with for a whole day.
Yeah.
Like he seems like I've seen some stuff behind the scenes with him, but he's very down to earth. But he's just very funny. Everyone likes him, and so
There's a video of him at Wimbledon. It's around 2021, I think, and he is not of sound mind and body. And
Partaking.
You talk about hanging, and a fun
Bro.
time. Like that dude was hanging out, having a fun time.
yeah.
So
No, I didn't
That's
watch they remade it.
not watching it.
I haven't watched it. I don't know if any of you guys did.
No disrespect to Jack Harlow and whoever the other guy was, but
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Okay.
I wasn't. I didn't need a second one.
Yeah. Anyway, final round. Final round.
This might be the toughest pick for me because there are still a few. I had to mark some out. I want to go over the ones, but I don't want to say one that they pick. I'm really debating between two.
Space Jam 2.
No,
A New Legacy.
not the new White Man Can't Jump either. I think for the sake of winning the draft, since we're talking about Michael Jordan being competitive, I'm going to sacrifice the one I wanted to pick, and I'm going to pick Semi-Pro with Will Ferrell. That
What's
is
the name of their team?
the Tropics.
The Tropics.
The Flint Tropics.
Flint,
my gosh.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Tropics.
I mean, there are so many quotable parts of this movie. It's one of Will Ferrell's most underappreciated, I think. I mean, you always think of Ricky Bobby.
Jackie, his character's Jackie Moon.
Jackie
isn't it?
Moon,
I love
again,
that.
one that you've seen jerseys of people wearing, fictional character. Talking about the ABA and merging with the NBA, and they're kind of on the border and they have to win to be part of the NBA and stuff like that. And I mean, it's got the first alley-oop in it, the ref, the pastor, it's
Yeah.
hilarious in it. I mean, so many quotable parts of it. It's got to be Semi-Pro.
Okay.
Will Ferrell is he's such an interesting guy. He rides that line between "you're really funny" and "please stop talking."
A little bit.
Now that movie's pretty funny, but like, I think the best thing he's ever done is Anchorman 2. I love that movie. But that's a very interesting pick. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, it was. I'll say the other one once we're done, but
Okay.
I don't think you guys are gonna pick the fourth one I had. But
I know you guys aren't going to pick this one.
We'll see.
I'm not.
So keep in mind, almost every one of my rounds has been whack except for the first one. So do I go with regular strategy in picking like a good classic movie, or do I pick something that's more tailored towards people from my generation, my age, to draw in the younger audiences? I don't think I'm going to do that.
All right.
I love your strategy.
Now,
Behind everything.
now keep in mind, it's got to have basketball in the movie.
Oh Lord.
Gosh, High School Musical.
Oh my gosh. You just lost the draft.
No.
That's fine. Let him make that pick.
No,
Because now it's between you and
It's so annoying.
High School Musical is one of the most classic musicals of all time. And I think that, like, especially kids in my generation, people who can relate to it, people who love music, people who love sports, I think it's a good connection between those two. It's a classic, like, teenage love story. I mean, there's a lot of people in that age group who love that movie, and it will always be a classic movie, whether you guys think so or not. It will always go down
He
as
may
one
get
of
some
the
votes, though. That's the
mean,
thing. He may get some votes.
and,
Hey,
and
shut up,
that's the whole
Vanessa
thing. Wow. Okay. But no, of course, it's just a silly teen romance film with just this basketball player who he likes to sing, and this one girl who's just a super nerd likes to sing, and all the basketball guys are like, no, we have this championship game coming up, you can't do that. And actually, I think it's a good movie to watch, because even though it's silly, even though it's a Disney kids movie, it does play on those things of, even if the world says, like, hey, you shouldn't do this, or like that's weird to do, if you love to do something, go do it. The guy loves basketball, but he loves to sing, and I think that's really important, and music's a big thing in my life. So going on that, I think that it's going to be the strangest pick on anybody's list, but I think it's one that should not be dismissed because of its cultural impact, for sure.
That is a fair point.
Okay, fair.
But the basketball
Look at that.
is
The basketball's
God
terrible.
awful.
And we don't
God
sing
awful. Oh, for
while
sure,
we play
for
basketball. We don't sing while we're doing it. You want to go sing
You
after?
guys might-
Unless you're Michael Scott in The Office, where he's humming the little
That's
jazz.
true.
Yeah, I mean, they can coexist.
Oh, so I could have put The Office, technically. Dang, but it's a TV show. So
Yeah.
I guess
I mean, you already put a TV show.
I did.
It's
I
all,
did.
Nah.
But that's a TV show.
True.
So, anyways.
Not bad. I respect the pick.
No, it's very strange,
don't
but I thought I
agree,
had a
but
good explanation.
I do appreciate your background behind it.
All right. So
trying to
Round out the draft.
my final pick. Going back to the 80s, guys. I'm going to try to represent my generation. Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf.
Oh, wow. Michael J. Fox.
I watched this movie so many times as a kid. It's so absurd.
I should have known you were going to.
The basketball's so terrible. It's so bad.
It's bad.
But it's like, so Michael J. Fox, they got the werewolf gene, and he's in the middle of the high school basketball game. He turns into the werewolf, a werewolf.
Wow.
And after people just like Then he goes and dunks it, and I'm like, all right, well, let's play. And then it just continues on, and it's just total like 80s at its peak, just wild, crazy parties and basketball and surfing on top of a van. He's like, this wave is mine. His buddy's name's Styles.
Of course.
Wow.
But like some of the like in the final, in the end, the final game, he's like not going to be the wolf. He's going to play it as himself. And just watching him shoot like a free throw, he's like clearly jumping as he's shooting a free throw.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And they're like they'll make a layup and then they celebrate, and another guy. And I'm just imagining you're a basketball coach, like your reaction to like if one of your players.
Don't play defense.
And that's what happens. They don't get back and they get scored on immediately.
Yeah. Oh, I'm calling timeout immediately.
Yeah.
I'm throwing my clipboard.
You gotta just have a willing suspension of disbelief with this movie, but
again, kind of like High School Music, it gets referenced a lot.
Yeah.
When I had facial hair in high school, I got called Teen Wolf a lot. Not ever watching the movie, had no idea what it was, but
That's
I knew
funny.
Teen Wolf was the werewolf guy, and that's all I knew.
Like Coach Finstock is probably the worst coach of all time. Just kind of stands there. He's like,
Dude, if I had a werewolf on my team, we'd go undefeated.
so where's the wolf? Where's the wolf?
Wow.
That's basically his strategy. Where's the wolf?
yeah,
that
that'd be
makes
mine.
that makes me feel so much better about my High School Musical pick. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you even seen Teen Wolf?
A very long time ago, not since I was a kid,
I'd watch
but
it.
I remember bits and pieces of it. So, but it makes me feel better about some of my picks. So keep that in mind.
Whatever. So do we want to recap the picks real quick? And I'm sure you probably put a graphic up too, right, Christian?
Yeah.
Are there any that
The
you
graphics
didn't
can be
pick
up.
that you wanted? I have a couple.
Well,
We don't have to go into it, but just a couple.
let's hear
honorable
some
mentions.
names. Sure.
Finding Forrester was going to be my number 4 pick.
That was on mine.
Probably
Sean
not.
Connery.
Yeah, probably not a movie.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
And in a shocking turn of events, he has a Scottish accent in this. Never dropped it for like anything.
Never.
But anyway, just a really underrated, underappreciated movie. It was one I stumbled upon on Netflix when Netflix first started like streaming stuff. I forget the other actor in it. He's in quite a few other things.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I can't remember at the top of my
Off the
head.
top of my head, no. But he's a basketball player getting into a college or a high school or something like that. And Sean Connery's an old curmudgeon writer, and it's so good. And it gets into the like relationship of an old white guy and this young black guy, and it hits on a lot. And the basketball is not bad. It's not overwhelming, but it's not like, is this a basketball movie anymore? But it's really good.
Yeah.
That. I mean, I won't say all of them, but like Above the Rim.
I had Above the Rim as an honorable mention.
Shout out Tupac.
Tupac, 9-foot goals. It's gotta be a 9-foot
Yeah.
goal. Is the way these guys are dunking.
Blue Chips with Shaq.
Shaq,
Dude,
Nick Nolte.
it had so many cameos in it.
Penny Hardaway was in it.
Penny Hardaway was in it. Larry Bird was in it.
Yeah.
Lots of cameos in that. And then lastly, Love and Basketball.
Omar Epps.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
Spike Lee, again, 90s Spike Lee kind of added to it a little bit. But yeah, so those are honorable mentions for me.
I don't really. The Finding Forrester is the one that I was thinking about, but that kind of ends my encyclopedia of knowledge for like everything that we talked about is pretty much the basis of knowledge that I have. So that's the only one I was actually thinking about besides Space Jam 2.
I didn't know if any of you guys had seen Finding Forrester. It's so good.
That's been a while.
I love Sean Connery.
Yeah.
So do you want to just recap go over your
Sure.
picks real quick?
Sure. All right, so number 1, I had Hoosiers. Number 2, I had Hustle. Number 3, I had He Got Game. And number 4, I had Semi-Pro.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1, I had Coach Carter. Number 2, I had the first Space Jam. Number 3, I had The Last Dance. And number 4, I had High School Musical.
All right. My number 1 was Glory Road. Number 2 was Air. Number 3 was White Men Can't Jump, the original. And my number 4 was Teen Wolf. So, ladies and gentlemen, please comment in the comment section. Let us know who had the best draft of actual basketball movies.
Okay, don't even. All right. Come on. Reaching out to that younger audience. I know how much of this audience is younger audience. I can
Now
see it
he's
in the
pandering.
analytics.
Now he's
That's
Yeah,
right.
If
I
we're
can see it.
pandering,
I can
I'm
see
the
it.
guest here. Come
Sam,
on.
thanks for coming on
No
again.
problem.
So
Thank
quick.
you guys for having me. Appreciate it.
Guys, hey, like, share, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing, what you think. Keep watching our videos. Thank you very much, and have a good one.